do you select your records? I mean, is it because, like, you know, you listen to it on the radio, or is it television?
No, Top of the Pops, and I do the charts and everything.
What about you?
I don't know, I just see it advertised and I think I've got to get that, so I have to get it.
Do you ever sort of watch television and then choose to buy a record because of it?
Yeah, sometimes.
And what programmes would you watch for pop music?
Top of the Pops. And the chart, yeah, the chart show.
If I see a good record on the television or hear it on the radio, I save up and buy it.
My favourite group's Genesis, and just hear them on the radio. I haven't bought any of the records.
Like Five Star, Whitney Houston, and I like some of Madonna's songs.
I like Madonna, she's good. She makes some good songs.
All the other bands, they do all music about love and all stuff like that and all romantic stuff, but Genesis do all weird music and that. It's better than all this romantic, soppy stuff.
The best sound in Britain, it's Radio 1. Gary Davies on your radio, yeah.
And it's Tuesday.
That counts. Great Britain's Top 40.
40 minutes to 1, here we go with the brand new Top 40. 9 new entries.
So, Gary, how important are the charts to you as a DJ?
They're very important because, I always find the chart when it comes out on a Tuesday very exciting. You know, what's going to be number one, what are the new entries that particular week. But also they're important because it's interesting to know what people are buying.
How does your show work, though? I mean, can you play anything that you want?
Within reason, yeah. We have a playlist which operates during the day. So there are a certain number of records that I have to play per half hour. But also per half hour I have 2 free choices. So I'll sit down with my producer sort of 2 or 3 times a week and we'll listen to the new records that are coming out. And the ones that we think are good and are worth playing, we stick in as well. So basically, yeah, if there's a good new record out that we like, then we can play it.
Do you think your opinions influence the selling of records in the charts?
There are the odd few records that get in the charts which have had probably very little play, and they get a lot of buzz from the music press. But I would say in the main, yes, we're very influential on what happens in the charts. That doesn't mean to say just because we play a record it's going to be a hit. There are many records that we do play all the time that unfortunately don't make it into the top 40. But then again, with a lot of records we can help them get into the chart.
This is Top of the Pops, and you can probably hear that well-known hit by Bon Jovi, but if you have a look, it's all a rehearsal. The guys aren't here, but they promised me they'd be live here tonight. We've come to have a look behind the scenes, but gosh, it's so noisy.
So how do you actually go about selecting bands for the show, Michael?
The definite selection process is you start with number 1 and you work your way down to the next one in the chart that is going up the chart.
And that's
if you didn't have it on last week, you put it in the programme. You then go down to the next one that's gone up, and so we work our way down. Some weeks you can, if the chart, everything's going down, you can get all the way down, you know, into the 30s before you've picked the programme.
Yeah.
Sometimes we pick the whole of the programme out of the top 17.
Are you actually aware, then, of your influence on the charts?
Well, obviously Gallup tell us that most of the biggest percentage of record sales actually happen on Fridays and Saturdays. And they are influenced because Top of the Pops is on a Thursday night.
All bands, big or small, want to get into the charts, and that means selling singles. Computers are used to record sales in certain record shops, and all the information from up and down the country is then used by Gallup to compile our weekly chart.
So this is the brains behind Gallup. Godfrey, what does it all do? What have you got?
This is where all the work's done. This machine here is an auto-dialing machine connected to 14 telephone lines. This is a computer. We feed that computer with the telephone numbers of all the record shops that we connect to. After midnight, this computer tells that to start dialing. So all these little modems here dial out to record shops.
So how many shops?
Hours. They dial to about 500 shops. In all, that's about 700 computers, because some shops have more than one computer.
Right.
So at about 6 or 7 in the morning, this will have finished its work. And sitting on this computer here is a tape. Which contains the contents of everything in those record shops. This will be about 400,000 individual record sales, which is about a tenth of the records sold in the country last week.
That really is Headachesville, isn't it?
All done by computer. This then gets taken off that machine, put on there, That feeds it into this box here, which is a bit like a deep freeze.
Yeah, it does.
This is where the real work is done. Inside this box is a file which contains all the catalogue numbers of every record that we know of that's out in the marketplace. That's about 80,000 different catalogue numbers. On that tape, just a whole set of catalogue numbers that matches it against our files, so it tells you which is a Madonna sale, which is an Aha sale, and so on. Adds all those up. After about 2 hours, on a printer out there, produces the chart.
So this is the top 40?
Top 40 is in that box.